I'm Zach.
I'm Drew.
And this
is Oak Tree Dreams.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Oak Tree Dreams. I'm Drew. Before we start today's episode, I just want to say thanks to all of our subscribers. I just seen we're at 191. That is amazing. To most people, that's nothing, but I appreciate all the subscribers we get, and we're gonna get in the future, hopefully. This has been a dream of mine since high school. I made a sign in shop class. It says Oak Tree Dreams, Buck and a Doe. Don't have the sign with me here right now. But yeah, I wanted to share my passion for the outdoors for such a long time and record my hunts and kind of get in the hunting industry kind of thing. It's amazing. I love doing this stuff, especially for you guys. If you guys like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe button and hit that little bell icon so you don't miss out on great hunts this fall after bucks like hopefully bigger than this. But if that size, that's fine. Oak Tree Dreams founded on shoot what makes you happy. As long as you feel like a little kid on Christmas morning coming down those stairs or that hallway, that's all that matters. Today's episode, we're going to talk about pre-rut hunting strategies. Don't mind my dog slurping and downing his water right now. Just that's how stuff goes. First off, we had a question from one of our fans. Best times to hunt during the pre-rut. And personally, I'd stick more towards that evening yet. That's your best chance to see mature bucks on their feet, cruising. Not bumping does, but making sure his territory is taken care of and other bucks know that, hey, this is his. If you got a cold front that moves through, I'd be in the stand no matter what, morning, night. I'm not saying morning you can't see a mature buck or shoot a mature buck. It can happen, especially pre-rut. When they're coming back from their feeding areas and transitioning to their bedding, when they're coming back through their travel corridors, they will see what's up and go check their scrapes that they've been working on. Especially if it rains, be in the stand near some scrapes that you know have been active, and you might just see a mature buck on his feet. If there's no cold front, mornings can still be good, but I don't know. Personally, I just stick to the night hunts yet until until probably October 25th. Then I'd start doing all-day sits. You can do all-day sits now. I'm not saying you can't see big bucks, because bucks know when you're there and when you leave. Right when you leave, that's when they're going to come through. This time period, I'd say even if you can only get out for a short period of time and you can't sit out at night, do a midday sit, 11 to 2. You might be surprised seeing that big boy on his feet that you've been after. And there's my cat. Alrighty. Now that she's gone. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Morning hunts. I just stick to if you have a spot in a travel corridor between bedding and food, that would be a great spot to sit. Night, even in the morning and night, sit more of those thicker cover areas. Not your favorite rut spot. Go 50 yards away from there, even 100 if you want. In more of an observing stand, but you still can see what's going on and have yourself in a great spot if the situation arises where mature buck's coming your way. Next, don't be afraid to call a rattle. I'm a big believer in rattling. We bought the Black Rack a couple years ago, and we have flourished on it. It's been a game changer for us. And the extinguisher, both through the Deer Society. I love watching those videos. You learn a lot from them. Oh my God. I'd go check them out. Big thing is, don't get too aggressive because, you know, it's still a little early, but those big mature bucks will not back down or hesitate if they hear some ruckus or a fight going on or more activity than you'd like in his territory. For calls, you want to paint the picture. I'd personally start with just a couple short doe bleats. Just like that. Wait a couple seconds. And the cool thing about this, you can slide it to in the buck, so you got different tones in the buck. I'd like to go not too dominant or deep of a buck grunt, just that semi-sweet spot, I guess. And just go a couple contact grunts. Just like that. So then the buck understands, hey, there's a buck over here and he's bumping those does, and that ain't happening in my neighborhood, I guess. Or if you want, go to your deeper setting. It's all in preference, and you know your property better than anyone. What your deer like usually. So something like that. If you want to get a little more aggressive, you can even drag it out a little bit. Just get that more bossy tone, especially if you have a bully buck in there like this guy I shot on November, rattle him in midday. He was a bully buck. He wanted to fight all the time, and he wasn't going to back down if there was one arise. And after you do those sequences, get your black rack. Yes, I realize I broke it. I got carried away in the stand during the rut, and it was -11 that day, and I definitely smoked it really hard. They still work phenomenal without that piece. Yeah. Can't catch a break. Don't go aggressive with it. If you know your certain bucks around there and you got a bully buck, you could get a little bit more aggressive, but right now, don't overdo it, I guess. So pretty much, just tickling. And you'd be surprised that big mature buck will come into this. Instead of when you're in the rut and it's like, so there's a big difference between tickling and aggressive. Rattling's a great tool to use in the woods this time of year. Now we're gonna go to being mobile. Being mobile is a big game changer, especially if you're not seeing the deer activity you thought you would in a certain spot. Take a little venture out, like 100 yards from that stand you just love. Look around a little bit. Don't get too aggressive going through bedding areas and stuff. Just look on the outskirts of stuff. You find those scrapes that have been getting hit every day. You could tell which ones are fresh. Some might even smell. Find those and set up near them. Being mobile is a huge thing. Their food's changing. Their food they had all summer is now gone or leaving. Like soybeans have browned up. Hay fields are cut. And summer foliage, it's all going away. And your acorns, if you can find an acorn flat or anything like that, or an acorn ridge, that would be perfect. But for us, we've had a lot of wind, and the acorns have been dropping like crazy, so they might be mowed down by now. So I'd say go there. You will see deer, but don't rely heavily on that. Look for more of your areas with scrapes, or if rubs have just showed up recently and there's a lot of active scrapes in that short or small little section, I'd get a stand in there and sit it. Don't be afraid. Just like don't be afraid to call or rattle. It's a huge game changer. I know it seems a little early, but bucks are fighting all the time. Bucks are fighting once their antlers are hardened and the velvet's off, they will start fighting. They're doing their dominance all the way up until the rut, and during the rut, it's go time. I mean, that's when all the fun begins. Everybody knows that. Here's a clip from one of my good friends, Jarrett. He was out hunting a couple days ago, and he calls this, "My animal friends wanted to play hide and seek, and I think I won." It's a really catchy phrase. Little title for this video. Here it is. I'd say he got pretty close. If you find the does, you'll find the bucks, especially when the rut hits. If all you've been seeing is does lately, just wait. When the rut hits, the bucks will be in there looking for them, especially pre-rut. Doe comes through, you might not think, like, the rut, here comes a doe, there's a buck following. During the pre-rut, if a doe comes through, or a couple does, those younger bucks will be coming through. Might surprise you how many younger bucks you'll see, bullying them, pressuring them, and seeing if they're ready, even though they're not. The young bucks, that's what they do, those 1.5 to 2 year olds. And if a 3, 4, or 5 year old buck catches wind of any of that, he will go in there, show his presence, and let those bucks know whose territory this is. With that, we're going to end the video here. If you guys liked watching this video today and these tips we've been doing, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions you want us to go over. We will do a shout out next video when we do one of these, or in our next hunting video. Like I said, thank you guys so much for all the support. We really, really appreciate it. Soon we'll be having some shirts made, some hats, and when we hit our goal of 250 followers or subscribers on YouTube, on our channel, we will be doing a giveaway. Not sure exactly what it'll be, but we'll be doing some sort of giveaway. So don't forget the subscribe button. Thank you guys again for all the support. And as always, thanks for watching Elk Tree Dreams. I'm Drew. And always remember, always shoot for your dreams.